Good day, my name is Perseus. I'm here to tell you a little story about my life. Now don't be afraid. I know that I have a reputation of walking around with a head in my hand, but let me explain how it all came about. I am the son of Zeus and Danae. My mother, Danae, was locked away in a chamber where my father came in and, let's say, helped to create me. Once I was born, I too was locked away with my mother, this time in a chest and thrown out to sea. The chest reached the island of Seriphos. We were pulled in by a fisherman and rescued. Here the king of Seriphos, Polydectes, fell for my mother and tried to forcefully marry her. Basically, that was a no for me. I insisted that was not going to happen. He was not an honorable man. Eventually, Polydectes tried to trick me. He came up with a plan and said he was marrying the daughter of one of his friends. I was elated to hear this news. I thought for sure he'd leave my mother alone now. He had a party to celebrate this engagement and everyone was to bring a gift. I was poor and at the time I had nothing to give. He knew this and attempted to get something, anything from me. When I told him I had nothing to give him, he became furious. At this point, I was willing to give him whatever I could. That's when he asked me something of me I wasn't expecting. He asked me to bring him the head of Medusa. Now, this is not your normal gift by far, but I wanted him away from my mother. Medusa was this weird looking creature with snakes growing out of her head instead of hair. Her stare alone would turn people into snakes. I set out to find her. Along the way, I ran into Athena and Hermes. They agreed to help me on my quest due to the fact that they were actually siblings. From then, I acquired winged sandals, a sickle, and a shield, as well as information on how to find the lair of Medusa. I went to the cave of Grae, three women who shared a single eye. This was a sight to see, literally. I needed just a bit more help in what my plan was on getting Medusa's head. As one of the sisters took the eye out to give to the other, I grabbed it and blackmailed them into helping me. I knew that they would tell me whatever I needed in order to get their only eye back. They told me to go find the nymphs of North to get the cap of darkness which could make me invisible. I knew when I was ready and fully equipped to get ready. I finally made it to the lair of Medusa and her sisters. They were asleep when I arrived, so I put on the cap of darkness, used my sickle, and took off her head. Once I arrived back at Seriphos, I was told that Polydectes had lied to me about his marriage, and since I wouldn't let him marry my mother, he had forced her to be his handmaiden. I was so angry that I went to him. Knowing Medusa's head still had the power of turning people to stone, I asked all that cared for me to show their eyes. I pulled the head out of my bag and turned Polydectes and his courtiers to stone. This should explain my actions on why I'm known to have a head in my bag. It was something I had to do, but in the end, it helped me to take care of the one person that asked for it.
Created using Powtoon.